Welcome to the 10-minute fix for knee pain number 2. This is a 10-minute follow-along routine combining mobility techniques and bodyweight exercises to immediately get rid of pain in the knee. Give it a shot and you'll feel better in just a few minutes. All right, let's get into this. So we're going to start with the lacrosse ball. If you don't have a lacrosse ball, you should get one. We actually have Manful Yoga ones on the website, shop.manfulyoga.com. But you can also just get a normal lacrosse ball. It's just still a lacrosse ball. And what we're going to do is start with rolling out the bottom of the foot. So here I am loosening up, I'm relaxing the fascia in the bottom of my foot. And this is pretty cool because it actually goes up the chain. So when you do this to the bottom of your foot, the whole backside of your body releases. So your hamstrings are more flexible, your calves are more flexible, your glutes open up, the muscles in your spine relax. So really cool little technique. If you haven't done this yet, I highly encourage you to get a lacrosse ball and keep it close to you for when you do yoga, because it is going to help with helping you be more flexible and also helping you relax more. This is also something that you can do before you go to bed to relax and get more deep sleep and fall asleep more quickly. So pretty cool stuff. So we're just going on the bottom of the foot here, and I'm not going to go up to the toes. I'm not getting on the back of the ball ends of the toes. I'm just getting between the heel and the toes here. And particularly what I want to do is I want to focus kind of on the arch of the foot. That's where the magic really happens here. If you want a little bit of assistance with balance here, if you feel a little bit unruly, then put your hands on the wall as you're doing this. That's actually also going to allow you to put a bit more weight onto the block or onto the ball. So, right, if you use your hands on the wall, then you can really sink into it. And if you find a spot that is particularly angry, just go ahead and find that spot and then stay on it. Take some deep breaths as you're there. And you can spend a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes on this. You don't have to get all the tension in your foot out in one go, but 1 minute is definitely helpful here. All right, so that's that. From here, we're going to move to the self-massage. So this is where it gets fun. So what we're going to do here is we are going to target the inside of your calf, kind of right below the shin bone. So I want you to find your shin bone, okay? You can find your shin. Cool, we got it. And the inside of the shin. And then right below that, you're going to notice that, right, it's kind of soft, right? There's muscle under there. And so what we're going to do is we're going to work into that area. So I want you to just take your fingers, and if for some reason you think it would help to have lotion, you can get lotion. Usually like a thicker lotion is better in this situation. And you're just going to kind of dig into that area. If you haven't done this with me before, yep, it's new, but this is something that's relatively easy to do, and it's pretty effective. Also, if you're doing this and you don't stretch your calves enough, you're going to notice that this is pretty tight and potentially painful, and that's okay. That is okay, right? Whenever you get a massage, it's not always super pleasant, right? It's kind of painful, so that's okay. So we're just initially starting kind of digging into this area. You can kind of see me, right? I'm pushing my fingers into this area just below the shin to the inside of the leg, right? So the big toe side. And I can go from the shin way down here. I can go all the way up, right, to even closer to the knee. Not all the way to the knee, but kind of where your calf is, right? So if this is your calf, right, you're going between the calf and the shin. You might notice that there's one area that's more tight than the others, and that's a good spot to focus on. And we're just doing a little bit of work here, okay? Spending a couple minutes. We don't need to try and do the entire calf the first time you do this. We're just spending a couple minutes just trying to find, oh, is that loose? Or is that tight? Is that painful? Cool, let me work into that a little bit. Let me just lightly press into that. And as you're doing this, make sure that you are, right, relaxed. So keep your breathing slow and controlled. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Keep your face relaxed. Yeah. All right, so that's the first little massage technique we're going to do. The second one is going to be actually grabbing the shin. So I like to think of using your hands kind of like a lobster claw here. And what we're going to do is you're going to grab and just kind of pinch it. And you can slowly pull the fingers toward one another. So you're grabbing near the top. Right, so you're grabbing as much of the calf as possible and then slowly dragging your fingers toward one another to massage that area. So the goal here is just kind of finding that tissue and just pinching it. Not pinching it so that it's painful, but grabbing a nice hunk of it in your hands, or in your hand rather, and then just kind of massaging it. So you can do both hands here at once if you want. Ow! Yep, that's the spot. And so we're just loosening up your calf. Just instead of doing it with, instead of just doing a stretch, we're actually doing some manual work on it. And this is something that, yes, you can go to a massage therapist and request this to be done if you want, but this is also something that you can do yourself, and this is a cool little practice that you can get into. So we're just going mainly on the inside right here. We're not going to the outside. We're going kind of the inside of the calf and then maybe down toward the back a little bit. All right. So spend a couple minutes there as well. You can do that pinch thing that I was showing you. You can also, if you want, you can just push your thumbs into it. If you really want to be sadistic, you can just push your fingers into it, push your thumbs, push your fingers into it, and just make little circles. And that's going to help. By the way, if you feel pretty sore the next day in your calves, that's pretty normal with this. You did just, break up a lot of muscle tissue, so it is going to feel angry, but hopefully it feels a lot looser. All right, so there we go. That's the self-massage portion is done. We've got the lacrosse ball done. Hey guys, hope you're enjoying this routine. I just wanted to interrupt and let you know that I do have a free 10-minute series for knee strengthening here for free on the Manful YouTube channel. Check it out in the link in the description when this video is finished. Now we're going to move into the actual stretch. So I want you to find a wall. If you don't have a wall, you can use a couch. You can use a piece of exercise equipment. You can use something to steady yourself on. And we're going to stretch the right leg because that's the one that we've been doing. By the way, if you want to go back and do the left leg, you can. This is just for sake of brevity. We're only doing one side. So whichever leg that you just worked, you're going to step that foot away from the wall, kind of like you're doing a lunge. Get the toe to face straight toward the wall. We're not going to turn it out like you're doing a warrior one. Turn the toe to face straight forward toward the wall. Left leg comes closer to the wall. You can lean forward into the wall, and you're going to press the heel down and lock out the back leg and hold this stretch for 2 minutes. If you want it to be more intense, you can move that leg further back. All right, so I can bring that leg further back if I want to. And make sure that you can keep the leg locked out as you're doing this. Breathe in and out of your nose. Put as much weight as you want into your hands so you don't have to worry about holding up your lower body weight here as you're doing this. And if you want to make this stretch more intense, you can also turn the back foot in just slightly. That's going to help make this stretch more intense. Again, really pressing that heel down into the ground and keeping the right leg straight. We're going up to 2 minutes here. So I'm going to be quiet-ish for the next minute, for the last minute here. Remember to keep that leg straight. Pressing the knee back. Pressing the heel down. And feeling that stretch through your calf. Keeping the leg straight is important here. Cool thing about this is the longer you hold it, there's kind of like an onion, right? There's layers. You'll notice that once your leg relaxes to a certain point, You're able to go a little bit deeper. You're able to access the stretch in a different area. So it's kind of dynamic. It's pretty cool. Last 3 breaths. Keep that leg straight. All right. Slowly release. Okay, that's the first stretch. So hopefully that calf is feeling a little bit looser now. You should notice that if you want to give it a shot and show how it helps out with your knees, do a lunge with the right leg forward, and you should notice that you're able to go a little bit deeper into this, and it just feels less restricted through the ankle. So this is pretty cool. This stuff does work. All right, let's go to the next stretch. So back to the wall. This time we're going to change it up just very, very slightly. So instead of keeping that leg straight, you're going to make sure that the back toes are facing the ground. And then instead of straightening that leg, you're going to bend the knee. Okay, so bend your knee while keeping the heel down. So if you look at my leg from the side here, this is what it was doing before. Right leg was straight. And now what's happening is the knee is bending, heel is staying down. And this is targeting a different muscle. So before we were doing the calf or the gastrocnemius, this is going to target your soleus. So different muscle, but also important. So we can do this against the wall to make sure that we're as relaxed as possible. So the knee is pressing forward, the heel is staying down. And we're doing 2 minutes here as well. You might not think about your ankles that much when it comes to a lunge or a squat, but in my experience, the ankles have helped me get deeper into squats and lunges way more than just working on the hips. So the ankles are a big portion here, and a lot of us tend to wear shoes, very restrictive shoes. We tend to spend a lot of time not doing much with our ankles. So a lot of us have really tight ankles, and that does cause knee pain when we're trying to do things like squats and lunges. So working on the ankle mobility, working on the muscles that connect to the ankles, working on the feet, right? That's all really going to help out the knees here. You're also going to feel this in the front of the shin. So another big muscle in the lower leg is the anterior tibialis, and that means the front of your tibia. And that's the muscle that is right in front of the shin. So you're going to feel that right on the front part of the shin here. So you might feel that muscle tightening as you hold this, and that is normal. Last 2 breaths here. Oh, yeah. All right. And then go ahead and release. So go ahead and give a squat a shot. So if you only did it on one side, notice that. So for me, I just did it on my right side, and my knee feels a lot more fluid on my right side than my left. My knee is going further forward than my left knee. It just feels a lot more active. So you can use it on whichever side is the less weak side. And if you want to do both sides, just go back to the start of the video and watch it again. Keep in mind, you don't have to follow this whole routine. If you want to do it, if you can follow it along as a follow-along routine, absolutely. But if you know the movements, if you know you're supposed to do, okay, first I do lacrosse ball, then I do that weird self-massage thing on my calf, and then I do the stretches, then you can do it on your own. Or if you want to do it with the video, you're welcome to. But just keep in mind, you now have the knowledge. You can do this without the video. Okay, guys, I hope you found that video useful. Keep in mind, to make knee pain go away, you've got to keep working on the root causes. So working on your strength, your flexibility, and your ankles, your knees, your hips, and your core is going to help get to the root of knee pain and cause it from happening again entirely. If you want to check out workouts for that, I do have a free 10-minute knee strengthening series here on the Manful Yoga YouTube channel. Click above my shoulder here to check out that first workout.